In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how I made over $113,000 as a video editor without spending 12 hours a day hunched over Premiere Pro, without learning complex After Effects animations that clients barely notice, and without burning myself out chasing penny-pinching clients on Twitter and Upwork who ghost you after the first video. But here's what's weird about this. The moment I stopped trying to become a better editor, and the moment I started doing what most people would refer to as bad editing, well, everything changed. My income tripled, clients started respecting me, and I finally got my life back. Now, if you're stuck at $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month right now, working yourself to the bone, editing videos that take weeks to finish, while watching editors with half your technical skill somehow pull in way more money than you, you're probably asking yourself the same question that I was. What am I doing wrong? And I'm gonna tell you something that might piss you off at first. It's not your editing that's the problem. In fact, the better you get at editing, the worse your business gets. And there's a very specific reason why this happens that nobody talks about. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why talented editors stay broke while the bad ones get rich. And more importantly, you're going to see the exact system that flips this backwards for you. 3 years ago, I was 15 years old and I stumbled across an Ali Abdaal video. Something like the easiest way I'd start making money in 2023. And he breaks it down so simply. Learn a skill, then sell it to a specific group of people. And something just clicked in my brain. I'd been messing around with video editing for years, running gaming YouTube channels, making silly videos for fun. I was by no means a professional, but I knew the basics. And I thought, wait, YouTubers need editors? I can do this, right? So I taught myself properly. I learned DaVinci Resolve, practiced every single day. Then I spent weeks cold emailing YouTubers. Honestly, my pitch was terrible, but eventually somebody said yes. And for a 15-year-old kid, $50 for a few hours of editing felt like striking gold. But now I had this taste of online money. Money I could make while sat in my bedroom, and I wanted more of it. So I did what every editor does. I went to YouTube and I searched how to make more money as a video editor. And every single guru, every single YouTube video, every course seller said the exact same thing. If you want to make more money, you need to charge more. Learn advanced animations, master After Effects, study sound design, learn 3D work, become technically undeniable. They'd flex their $1,000 per video rates and say, see, this is what's possible when you're truly skilled. So naive 16-year-old me believed them. I switched to Premiere Pro. I spent months learning keyframes, motion design, color grading, sound design, pacing, storytelling, all of the bullshit these gurus talk about. I got obsessed and I got good, really good. And then about a year into this journey, I finally did it. A client agreed to pay me $3,000 for a single video. That was more money than I'd ever seen in my entire life. I thought I made it. I thought this was the dream. But here's the truth that nobody tells you. That one video took me over a month to complete. I'd wake up at 5 AM and edit for 2 hours before I had to go to sixth form. During my lunch breaks and free periods, I'd be sat on my MacBook working on this godforsaken video. I'd come home, run straight to my room, edit for an hour, shove food in my face, then go right back to editing until midnight, when my eyes physically couldn't stay open anymore. 7 days a week for an entire month. The video was over an hour long, and I poured everything I had into making it perfect. Every cut, every transition, every frame. And when I delivered it, do you know what I realized? I'd basically paid myself minimum wage. I trapped myself in a freelance prison. This wasn't freedom. This wasn't the laptop lifestyle. I was burning out on something that I honestly used to love. The thing that had set me free had now become a cage. I felt stuck, betrayed, and honestly lied to. But then something changed. Around this time, I started talking to somebody on school. He was in his late 20s, living in Belgium, and running an agency that made $50,000 a month. So yeah, obviously I tried to pick his brain as much as he'd let me. And one day, he told me something that quite frankly blew my mind. His agency wasn't doing anything fancy. He wasn't creating cinematic masterpieces. He was selling batches of social media posts made on Canva. Nothing crazy whatsoever. They're like the simplest graphics of all time. He'd sell 30 posts for 500 euros, and the entire batch would take him an hour to deliver because he had templates, systems, and processes. It was scalable. He wasn't selling his time. He was selling a product, a convenience, a result. And he had nearly 100 clients paying him 500 euros a month because he built a system that brought clients to him. And a service so simple and productized that he could deliver it at scale. That's when it hit me. This whole time, I'd been doing it completely backwards. I didn't need to get better at editing. I needed to get better at business. And that one realization, it changed everything. So I went back to the drawing board. If this guy could make 50 grand a month off selling simple Canva templates, what could I do with video editing? So I started thinking differently. Instead of asking, how can I become a better editor? I started asking, what do businesses actually need? What results do businesses actually care about? And how can I deliver that as fast as possible? And I realized something that nobody talks about. The creators making real money, the ones selling courses, coaching, products, they don't care about fancy edits. They care about one thing. Does the video make them money? And you know what makes them money? Simple, clean videos that hold attention and drive sales. Not animations, not transitions, not 3D graphics. Just clear, effective conversion. So I stopped trying to be the best editor in the world, and instead I built a system. I productized my editing. I created templates and processes that allow me to deliver high quality work in 2 hours instead of 2 weeks. I found clients who had money, real money from selling products online, and I positioned myself not as a freelancer begging for work, but as an agency providing a transformation that they wanted. Then I built an acquisition system, a way to get clients coming to me every single week, without cold DMs, without posting content, without competing with anybody. And the first month after implementing this system, I made $5,000, more than I'd ever made in a single month. And I wasn't burning out. I wasn't editing until midnight. I had time. I had freedom. I felt like I could actually breathe for once. The next month, $8,000, then $10,000, then $12,000. It started climbing because the system was scalable. I wasn't trading my time for money anymore. I was running a machine that could grow without me being chained to a laptop 16 hours a day. The kid who used to edit swimming videos for $50 each was now making more than a month that most people make in 6. All because I stopped listening to the editing gurus and started thinking like a real business owner. But here's the thing, and this is important. This wasn't just a fluke. This wasn't luck. This was a repeatable system. And once I proved that it worked for me, I started teaching it to other editors, stuck exactly where I used to be. And that's where things got really interesting. Timek was stuck at $2,000 a month, working a soul-crushing 9 to 5, editing on the side and no time for anything else. So we repositioned his offer around booking calls instead of just editing, built him a professional landing page that positioned him as a premium agency, and plugged him into a reliable cold email system that booked him calls every single day. And in June alone, he landed 3 high-ticket clients. Then we sourced an editor to handle the delivery for him. Now he's at $7,000 a month, working less than 4 hours a day. Karan had just finished high school, making $2,000 a month while all of his friends partied at university. So again, we reworked his offer to focus on consistent content output that drives business growth. Then we upsold his current clients on his new offer, which instantly tripled his income. Then finally, we installed a value-first outreach system. 60 days later, he hit $8,000 a month, and his broke university friends are now asking him for advice. Finally, let's talk about Martin. He was honestly drowning in debt, editing demanding short-form content for nightmare clients. So we flipped his mindset to stop chasing technical perfection, repositioned him to sell outcomes to better buyers, and implemented the Vault system so he could deliver fast. He landed a $3K per month client within 3 days, scaled to $12,000 months, and cut his workload from 12-hour days to 2-hour weeks. It's all the same system, different people, but the same results. It's not about getting better at editing. It's about repositioning, finding better clients, and building systems that scale. Now, before we go any further, I need to be really clear about something. This is not for everybody. If you're the type of person who genuinely loves spending 12 hours a day perfecting your animations and smoothing out keyframes because it's an artistic passion, then this isn't for you. Go chase that dream. I respect it, but that's not what this is about. This is not for people who want to learn After Effects or become a technical wizard. I'm not teaching you how to edit better. There are millions of tutorials for that. This is not for beginners who just picked up their editing software last week. You need to have a foundation. You need to already be able to edit at a competent level. This is about turning those existing skills into a real business. This is not for people who want to flex their portfolio and work with influencers with millions of subscribers just to say that they did. That is an ego game, and it doesn't pay the bills. And this is definitely not for lazy people looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. If you're not willing to implement a system, follow a process, and put in focused work, this will not work for you. So who is this for? This is for editors who are tired of editing being a side hustle that drains every ounce of their time and energy. You want a real business, something that scales, something that doesn't require you to trade hours for dollars until you collapse. This is for editors stuck at $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month who know they're capable of more but just don't know how to break through that ceiling. This is for editors who want freedom, who want clients that respect them, pay them well, and don't micromanage every single frame. Now, if that's you, keep watching, because what I'm about to reveal, well, it's going to change everything. Here's the brutal truth that nobody wants to say out loud. The reason you're stuck isn't because you're not talented enough. It's because you've been following terrible advice from people who don't care if you succeed. Let me break this down. Every editing guru just says the same thing. Just learn After Effects, bro, and raise your prices. It sounds great, right? Except here's what they're not telling you. Making more complex edits does not scale. The amount of extra time it takes to create a technically impressive video does not proportionately scale how much you can charge. You can go from charging 100 to 500, sure, maybe even 1,000, but that video that used to take you 5 hours now takes 20 hours or 40 hours, or in my case, an entire month. You're not making more money, you're just working more for the same hourly rate or worse. And then they tell you to use Twitter or Instagram to find clients. Post your work, build your personal brand, network. Great advice if you want to compete with thousands of desperate editors, including incredibly talented ones from countries where $500 is a life-changing amount of money. They are going to outwork you and undercut you every single time. Or they tell you to use Upwork or Fiverr. Try it. Watch yourself get buried under a mountain of editors bidding $50 for a full video edit. Or maybe you've tried cold outreach. You've sent out hundreds of emails to YouTubers with millions of subscribers, hoping that just one of them responds. And sure, maybe you land a gig with some Roblox influencer with 5 million subscribers. But here's the thing, those creators are broke. They're making their money from AdSense, pennies on the dollar. And even if they have a huge audience, they're so focused on vanity metrics that they'll nickel and dime you on price while demanding Mr. Beast level editing. Do you really want to spend 2 weeks editing a video for $1,000 that's going to be watched by toddlers on their mum's iPad that's going to be forgotten about 5 minutes later? That's the dream you've been working towards? I don't think so. The old way doesn't work. It's never worked. The gurus selling you on it are lying, or worse, clueless. And deep down, you already know this, because you've tried it. You followed the advice, you've grinded, and yet you're still stuck. So what's the alternative? Here's the reality. Everything you've been taught about scaling an editing business is completely backwards. I'm not here to teach you the same advice that every single course creator is pushing. I didn't figure this out by following anybody else's blueprint. I built this system from scratch, through trial and error, through nearly burning out, through realizing that the entire industry is designed to keep you trapped. And what I've created is genuinely one of a kind. Nobody else is teaching this. Nobody else even understands how this works. And that's exactly why this is so powerful. Here's the core philosophy. You see, most editors, they're trying to build Ferraris. Handcrafted, perfect, beautiful, but they take weeks to create. Ferrari only produces a tiny amount of cars every single year, and therefore has to charge insane prices just to stay in business. On the other hand, Toyota, they don't build the most impressive car. They build clean, reliable, consistent cars engineered for consistency. They built a factory, a system, an assembly line. Nobody dreams about owning a Toyota, yet Toyota dominate the roads. They sell millions of cars every single year because their system is unbeatable. Most editors operate like Ferrari. Every video is custom, more effects, more animations, more time. So when you raise your prices from $250 to $1,000, suddenly your video that took 2 hours now takes 2 weeks. You didn't build a better business, you just built a more demanding job. My approach, well, it's the opposite. I help editors build Toyota factories, sell simplicity, speed, and reliability. Productize your delivery. Instead of charging $1,000 for one perfect video, charge $250 for a clean professional video that you can finish in a couple of hours. Now you can edit 2 videos a day working 4 to 6 hours. 2 videos a day at $250 each is $10,000 a month. No all-nighters or burnout. Ferrari builders are trapped. They have to keep improving and over-delivering, whereas Toyota operators, they compound. Once the system is built, every client is easier, every video is faster. The editors who make the most money aren't the most skills, they're the most systemized. Most editors are trying to hand build Ferraris. I teach them to build Toyota factories. So how does this actually work? Let me break it down for you into 5 clear steps. I'm going to keep this high level for now, but pay attention because this is the framework that changes everything. Step 1 is to productize your editing. We turn your editing into a standardized product that you can deliver in under 2 hours and charge $250 for. You see, there's an invisible editing style that's making creators tens of thousands of dollars per video. It's simple, clean, and converts like crazy. We use something that I call the Vault system to deliver these invisible style videos in record time. Step 2 is 6-figure positioning. If you position yourself like a freelancer, you get treated like one, cheap and disposable. Agencies, on the other hand, charge $2,000 to $5,000 a month, and businesses don't even blink. We rebrand you as an agency, build a professional landing page, and craft an irresistible offer that commands premium prices. When you look like a 6-figure agency, you get treated like one. Step 3 is installing the Guerrilla Acquisition engine. We build you a cold email system that brings you qualified, ready-to-buy clients every single week. We write the scripts, show you how to find the leads, and put the entire system on autopilot. No more feast or famine, clients just show up, ready to buy. Step 4 is sales mastery. You could have the best editing in the world, but if you can't close, it doesn't matter. We give you the exact script that I've used to close $6,000 a month clients. We teach you how to handle objections and show you how to make clients feel stupid for not working with you. And finally, step 5 is to scale and systemize. Once clients are flowing in consistently, we show you how to hire talented editors, outsource the work for a flat rate, and maintain 80 to 90% profit margins. You go from being an editor to being a business owner. Look, I'm gonna be straight with you. If everything I just said resonated, if you see yourself in my story, in Timex, Karen's, Martin's transformation, then honestly, you're at a crossroads right now. You can close this video and go back to grinding. Keep doing what you've already been doing. Keep following the same advice that's kept you stuck. Keep hoping things will magically change when it never does. Or you can take action right now and change your entire trajectory. Here's exactly what happens when you click the link below. You'll be taken to my personal calendar where you can book a one-on-one call directly with me. Not with some sales rep, not some junior coach, directly with me. On this call, we're going to dig into where you are right now, where you want to be, and see if you're a good fit for the program. Because I need to be clear, this is not for everyone. I only work with editors who are serious, ready to implement and want to build a real business. But if you are a fit, if you're accepted into the program, you are going to get everything you could ever need to productize your editing business and scale to 5 figures a month. I'm talking about walking through every single step with you hand in hand. You're not getting some shitty course you have to figure out alone. You're getting personal access to me, personal guidance, and real-time feedback. I will personally help you reposition your offer so you're selling outcomes instead of hours. Build out your professional agency landing page that makes you look like you charge 5 figures. Implement the Vault system so you can deliver videos in 2 hours instead of 2 weeks. Install the Guerrilla Acquisition engine that brings you ready to buy clients every single week. Write your sales scripts and teach you how to close high high ticket deals, and even hire and train editors so you can remove yourself from delivery and actually scale. This is the exact system that took me from burning out over $3,000 projects to making over 113 grand. The same system that's helped dozens of editors go from $2,000–$3,000 a month all the way to $7,000, $8,000, $12,000 a month. And I'm gonna give it all to you, step by step, with my personal support every single step of the way. But here's the reality. I can only work with a limited amount of people. I work with clients personally, meaning there's only so much bandwidth that I have, and spots do fill up fast. So if you're serious about this, if you're tired of being stuck, tired of grinding for scraps, tired of watching other editors make more money with less skill, you need to act now. Don't overthink this. Don't wait until next week. Don't tell yourself, I'll think about it. Because here's what happens when you wait. Absolutely nothing. You stay exactly where you are. Another month goes by, another year, and you're still stuck at $3,000 a month, wondering why you can't break through. The link is right below the video. Click it and book a call. Show up ready to take this seriously. This is your shot. This is the difference between staying trapped in the freelance grind and building a real, scalable editing business that gives you freedom, money, and time. I'll see you on the call.